Alright, this is the solution to problem number 47 from Math Level 1 Practice Exam. You have a quadratic equation, 0 equals 1/4 x squared plus bx plus c. If this equation has only one root and b is an integer, so we'll get to the one root later. But b is an integer between 1 and 10. What could be the value of c? Alright, so one root means that, well, for one root, you're looking at the discriminant being equal to 0. Recall, and we'll put it above here for a second, the quadratic formula, x equals the opposite of b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. This equation yields the roots of a quadratic equation. So you can find the values of x that make the equation or the quadratic expression equal to 0. Now, if the plus or minus part of this gives two roots. However, if it's plus or minus 0, then you're only going to have one root. So when we talk about it being for this equation, the directions say that there is one root, that means that the discriminant, b squared minus 4ac, has to be equal to 0. So we kind of start with this equation, or this fact for our problem. B squared minus 4ac equals 0. We also know that in this problem, 1/4 is a. So that means that b squared minus c equals 0, or that b squared equals c. Now, b is an integer between 1 and 10. Therefore, b squared is going to also be an integer. Basically between 2 and 9, or 2 squared, b squared will be between. If b is greater than or equal to 2, but less than or equal to 9 inclusive, then 9 squared 81, so it's like this. So b squared must be between 4 and 81, could be including 81, but it's going to be the perfect squares in there. Now at this point you kind of don't have enough information to solve for a value of c, except for that the directions are, we look at the actual choices for this problem. They are 60, 61, 62, I'm sorry, 63, 64, and 65. 64 is the only perfect square. B is between 1 and 10, so if B was 8, let's suppose that B equals 8, then B squared equals 64, and B squared, of course, is equal to C by that equation. So this is the only choice here that works. It's the only perfect square. Choice D.